Hello, my name is Mr. Mirza. I'm a teacher of mathematics for learning space. I've been teaching mathematics for over 23 years. I've been a head examiner for Edexcel and Cambridge, IGCSE and A-Levels. I'm also their marker and moderator. This demo is about different ways of solving questions and exam marking. So I have picked 3 questions for this demo. They are on different levels. One is grade 4, which is a core, and the other 2 questions are grade 6 and grade 9. So let's start. The first topic I have picked is laws of indices. And as you can see, indices is a grade 4 topic that is also in both papers, core and extended. So let's start now. The laws of indices. So look at the first question. We have 5c squared d cubed times 2d. So let's do numbers first. 5 times 2 is 10. C squared is only one of them. There's no other c squared. But the laws of indices says in multiply, we add the powers. So in multiply, we add the powers. In divide, we subtract the powers. In divide, we subtract the powers. So there's d cubed here and there's 1d here. So if you add them, you get d to the power 4. So you have 3 d's here and you have 1d here. So it's d4. So 10c squared d4. It's a 1 mark, and you get 1 mark if you get the whole answer right. So again, 5 times 2 is 10. C squared is c squared because there's no other c to add to. And d cubed times d1 is d4. So there's 3 d's and 1d. The second question is 64 times 4 to the power 5. We need to write as a power of 4. This is already power of 4, so we are fine with it. But 64 has to be changed in base 4. So if you try this question on the side, you can do 4 times 4, which is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So there are 3 4s you need to make 64. That is what 64 is. 4 times 4 times 4 is 4 cubed times 4 to the power 5. And the first rule of indices come in. In multiply, as you can see, there's a multiply here. We add the powers. So 3 plus 5 is 8. As a 2 mark, you get 1 mark for the answer, and you get 1 mark for this step, changing 64 into 4 cubed. That's the method mark right there. 2 marks for this one. P cube is P cube. Square is the power of 2 means is square. There's 2 of them. And again, the same rule applies. In multiply, we add the powers. So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So just remember, in multiply, we add the powers. In divide, we subtract the powers. For example, if we have d7 over d3 is d4. 7 minus 3 is 4. So that is a simple grade 4 question, which comes more in core and also comes in extended. But extended, the level of difficulty is slightly higher. So look at the second question on this topic, which is only for the extended paper, which is negative and fractional indices. So the rule here is this. The bottom number is the root, and the top number is the power. Okay, so the denominator is the root and the numerator is the power. So the first thing is to change a negative power, and we change it to a positive power. So the rule is to change a negative power into a positive power, you flip the fraction inside the bracket, or in other words, you find the reciprocal of it. That's the word we're looking for, reciprocal. So minus 2 over 3, it becomes plus 2 over 3, and 64 over 125 is 125 over 64. So let's find the root first. Cube root of 125 over 64. And whatever we find it here, we square it because the power is 2. So the cube root of 125 is 5. And the cube root of 64 is 4. And if you square this, you get 25 over 16. And you can leave it as it is. It's a 2-mark question, 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for this step, method mark. Same question here, but slightly same question, but of course the powers are different. So the first step is to change a negative power into a positive power. So minus 3 over 2 becomes plus 3 over 2. And then the reciprocal of 25 over 16, if you flip it, you get 16 over 25. So the 2 means is a square root. When the root is 2, that means square root. So you square root everything, and whatever you find it, you cube it. So the square root of 16 is 4, the square root of 25 is 5, and if you cube it, you'll get 4 cube is 64, 5 cube is 125, as you can see from here. So you can have a good understanding of this. So the rule here you have to remember is, the first thing is to change a negative power into a positive power. You flip this side or find the reciprocal. So as you can see, the first question we have done on indices, which was grade 4, is for the core paper. It comes on the extended as well, but in a much high level of difficulty. Because there are more topics to be examined, to be tested in extended paper than in core paper. And of course, this is a grade 6 topic, fractional or negative indices. And as you can see, these 2 exam questions have fractions and negative indices. So it's a nice question. It's a grade 6 questions or the old grade B. Now moving on to much higher level is a grade 9 question. This topic starts with 8 and 9. This is a grade 8 question because it's a simple factorizing brackets. So the first rule is factorize double bracket, and this is quadratic inequalities. So x squared is x, factors of 20, factors of 20 are 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. And the only pair that can give you -1, the linear term, is 4 and 5. That's the only way you can get -1. Let's put 4 and 5. You always look at the second sign. If the second sign is negative, the first sign goes with a bigger number and other sign is positive. And you can always check. +4 and -5 should give you -1, and it works out. Now this is less than 0, so let's draw this. Drawing it helps you, and of course you don't have to draw it, but it really helps to see where things are going. So this is 5, this is -4. Let me draw this slightly accurately and see how it goes. And of course, you will not be judged about the accuracy of the drawing because it is just a learning resource. So that is a 5, that is a -4. This and x squared is positive. So the graph is a graph goes this way, and you can see the graph is here. Okay, and this is 0 as x, and so y. And now the value of y you're looking for is less than 0, and you can see y is negative here, and all sorts of things here. So of course, so the y is negative here, so we're looking at this area. That's where the value of y is negative. So the values of x in this range is from -4 is less than x is less than 5. or you can say x has to be bigger than -4, and x is less than 5, and x is less than 5. So any values of x, and the easiest way to check is do a substitution. So for example, if I pick x is 0, if I let x equal 0, I can say 0 minus 0 minus 20 is minus 20, is less than 0, and that is true. So this checks out. So this is a grade 8. And if you, I'm sure you have done any factorizing double brackets before. That starts with on a much lower level, but of course this is on a much higher level, and it is it is graded as a grade 8 topic in IGCSE for Cambridge and Edexcel papers. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, please email me, and thank you for this. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.